Yo, LNH, loving the hoe. You know the vibes. Sorry, guys, I'm eating ice cream. In this episode of Alpha v Beta, I want to talk about the beta mode provider. I know I've mentioned the beta mode provider in a few of my episodes, but I've never really. I briefly mentioned him, right? Mentioned the beta mode provider and why not? Why you don't want to be the beta mode provider? But I never really made a full episode on it. So this is what I'm gonna do this episode. I'm gonna make a full episode about just the beta mode provider and why you don't want to be the beta mode provider. First thing, the beta mode provider, right? When a female sees you as a beta mode provider, she sees you as resources. She sees you as emotional support at tampon, right? Emotional support tampon, sorry. She sees you as a provider, right? This is more for like the younger guys that aren't really on their the emotional ones, like the emotional support is more of the younger guys, because you can't really provide for a bitch when you can't even provide for yourself, right? But yeah, for the older guys, when a female sees you more as a resources, a provider, oh, he can do this and this and that for me. He can, how you call it? He can provide this lavish life for me. All that bullshit, right? Say for example, the stepdad, right? The stepdad, most of the time, 9 out of 10 times, well, honestly, it's all the time, to be honest with you, but unless he's like a full-on alpha. But if he was alpha, then he wouldn't be a stepdad, right? So, but a stepdad is a beta provider in the woman's eyes. Why? Because her alpha is the guy that impregnated her, right? Because it's female nature, kind of, right, to want to reproduce the alpha male genes, right? She wants to make another alpha male. So it's in her shit. My battery is low. Fuck. It's in her, it's in her nature to want to reproduce that motherfucker, right? Not the beta male. But see, there's always like different situations, right? Maybe a female will, if you're rich or you got your share in it, she sees you're doing better. Like for example, these rappers, right? These rappers will have sex with a female and then they'll, say it's their kid, or how you call it? Like those TV shows. I forgot the host. What's his name? But those TV shows where they talk about like who's the dad and all that shit, and then and then when it's not their dad, the female is like when it's not the guy, the female's like all confused and doesn't know what the fuck. You know what I mean? It's because an alpha male fucked that bitch. It's because see right there, a female will want to claim that the kid is yours or whatever, want to impregnate you, like what I mean, get you pregnant, because you either you're on your way to success or you are successful, you're very rich, and she sees you as a beta male provider, so now she's gonna trap you, say the kid's yours, and then boom, you become a beta male provider, right? That's the only reason. That's the only time a female will have kids with you, if you're a beta male provider, right? Unless you turn into one, you start alpha and then you turn into one, but most of the times, if you're alpha, you're alpha, right? But sorry, I'm eating ice cream. Shit's good, bro. but yeah, because most of the time when you're a stepdad, right, you walk into another man's kingdom, right? So that female has been impregnated by another man, so now that kid reminds her of him because it's his kid, right? So it reminds her of him. So there you go. Now you can't ever forget about the baby daddy, right? Because she's, how you call this? That's her imprint. Because she had his baby. That's his imprint. So now she won't be able to forget about him. So now you being the stepdaddy, you always have the baby daddy kind of come, and he could, if he wants to, he could probably take her back. He could probably kick you out. You know what I mean? So most of the times they leave him because he's not on his shit. So then and hypergamy kicks in. So now she needs a beta male provider because he's just alpha, but he can't provide for her. So now as that kicks in, boom. Now she looks for a beta male provider, the stepdad, and that's where you come in. And then boom, right? She still belongs to the alpha male because so her stepdaddy, because now if her stepdaddy sorry, I can't speak, step up his game and he wants her back, you're done, you're gone. That's why you should never be the stepdad. Man, this shit's good. but yeah, you know. So that's one thing about being a stepdaddy, right? Another one. See, when you're in the stepdad or when you're in a beta male provider's position, right? That's your spot. She has you by the balls, right? You're her bitch. Cause now she do whatever the fuck she wants with you. But see, being alpha, you can have these manipulation games where she tries to see if she can get away with certain things, right? Happens to me all the time. But that's because that's shit testing right there, right? Because I made a whole episode about that. Because they're trying to see who's a bait and who's not. So go check that episode to understand that little part. But like I was saying though, now the female won't do that with you. Because now she already knows you're a bitch made. So now she just fucking demands shit from you, right? And then you do it because you're a bitch. You're bitch made. And shit, this shit's fucking good, man. Holy shit. My bad. But now she says this shit, right? Now she demands you to do stuff and you comply. You're a compliant bitch, right? You do. Now you guys switch the roles. You're submissive and she's dominant. She's dominating your fucking ass while you're just fucking listening and be okay, baby. You see how like a bitch made that sounds? So you see how like she doesn't respect you. She doesn't respect you. So you get treated like a bitch because she doesn't respect you. So now again, I don't know if you, have you guys ever heard that saying? Now she can't love you if she doesn't respect you. There you go. And we all know what love is. You know, love is conditional, right? You know, as long as you know, you stay on your shit and you don't lose your job, and you know that, and I'll love you. But you know, once you do that, once you lose all that shit, my love goes too, right? But but you know, still, if you want a female to, you know, like love you, you know, quotes, but man, this shit's so good. But you know, if you want a bitch to love you, then she has to respect you. You know, how can she respect you when you're a bitch made? You're a bitch made. You know what I mean? Like when she demands shit and then you do them. She talks to you like shit, and you're like, okay, baby, sorry. You know how bitch made that sounds? Like that sounds like a beta male provider. That's cuckold, man. That's some bitch made, man. I know a lot of you motherfuckers listening to this shit is like that. Bitch made motherfucker. So you gotta cut that shit out. If you right now, see, when you're a beta male provider, when she sees you're that, you kind of fucked. You know, you can't. You can change it. You can become alpha and, you know, show, oh yeah, I'm alpha, all this shit. But like, you know what I mean? It's kind of hard though for her to see it. You know, it takes time to, you know, kill the beta, stop being blue pill, go red pill, be alpha, all this shit, be like, you know, selfish and all that. You see, a lot of people say that alpha, the toxic masculinity is bad, with all the females. But then again, these females say a bunch of other things that, how you call this, that benefits them. For example, I saw this post the other day where it says your boyfriend should do this, do that, compliment you all the time, bring you flowers, do this, do all that, do all this. But then it's like, okay, now let's take it back real quick. Now, what the fuck should you do to her? To him, sorry. You know what I mean? Because now all this is just benefits to you. So what the fuck? Like, I'm not gonna break my back for a bitch that is potentially cheating on me and is doing all this other shit. You know what I mean? And it's being rude. I'm demanding shit. Like the fuck I look like to you. You know what I mean? So like, again, it's all about you in this. Nah, fuck that shit. Fuck that beta shit. Oh no, you have to. I'm not saying don't satisfy her. You know what I mean? You're like, you know, you still gotta feed that bitch a bone or two, but you know, you still gotta, you know, satisfy her sexually and all that shit. But now, doing all that extra shit, that's that's a little bit much, because this bitch was saying that when it's raining, put your coat under there under the fucking rain so she can step on it. That's some validation. That's some fucking pedestal. I can't even speak today. That's putting that bitch on a pedestal, right? Man, I can never speak every time I fucking make these videos. But you know what I mean, though, right? That's some next beta simp shit right there. And if you do that shit, you're fucking cucked. She don't fucking respect you. She can, but like I'm gonna get into this next topic, and it will kind of transfer to what I just said right now. But yeah, she won't respect you. She'll do the fuck she wants. See, for example, right now, right, I'm going through this situation. I said one thing, and she decides to do whatever the fuck she feels like doing, right? So what I do, I I put that bitch in her place. I gave the consequences. I told her there were gonna be consequences, and if she just kept trying to do what she fucking feels like, you're not listening to what I'm saying, not being submissive to me, then go fuck yourself. You know what I mean? You can do whatever the fuck you feel like doing. I don't give a fuck. But when you're with me, you're gonna listen to me. I don't give a fuck if you're whoever says I'm a dick or this and this and that. Bitch, fuck you. Because I'm the one here being with you. I'm the one here, fucking the shit out of you. I'm the one, I'm doing all this shit. They're not doing shit for you. So you can go fuck yourself if you want to, believe that. Now, that's a lot of things that happen nowadays. And all these females be like, oh, do this and this and that. Well, the moms, right? And I don't know if I talked about this last time, but when a female's mom knows that that's an alpha male, that's a good guy right there. Hey guys, sorry guys for I don't know why my computer started working like started being dumb. it didn't let me record, and it just cut the recording I was doing just a second ago. So my bad guys, I'm gonna have to edit this shit. Back to what I was saying though. I forgot what the fuck I was saying. Well yeah, never mind. You go back to don't be a bitch, man. Don't let her control you. Now she's, doing all this next shit, demanding you shit, not doing shit for you. It's all about her, not about you. Well, fuck that. We gotta take back that control. It's gotta be, it's about me, bitch. If you're not submissive, not compliant to what I'm saying, you gotta kick rocks, bitch, because I'm not dealing with you. You know what I mean? So, that's one thing. The next one, she loses attraction to you, right? Because now, you're a bitch made. In her eyes, you're a bitch made. She doesn't have that respect for you, so now she doesn't have that love for you. So obviously she doesn't have that lust for you, because she sees you as a bitch. You know what I mean? She sees you as her fucking play toy. She does whatever the fuck she feels like doing with you. So now she doesn't have that respect, that lust. You know what I mean? Of a man, like a masculine man that makes her feel feminine, makes her feel submissive. Because now you being a bitch and being compliant makes you be feminine. It makes her be masculine or feel masculine, right? So now she doesn't feel feminine. And a female wants to feel feminine, not masculine, right? So now because you're bitch made, you can't make her feel like that. You know what I mean? You don't get her pussy wet. She won't want to have sex with you because, like, she will have sex with you because you're her husband and all this other shit. She has to feed you a bone. She has to feed you. She has to throw you scraps and shit. But it won't be the type of sex that what I mean, that the type of sex that you would get if she sees you as her alpha, you know what I mean, her man. Because it's just not like that, you know what I mean? It's like a man that has a backbone, respects himself, is alpha, you know what I mean? She has attraction to, gets her pussy away and all this other shit, makes her come and makes her, orgasm and all that shit. And then you have the beta male provider, which is you, doing whatever the fuck she wants you to do. She does whatever the fuck she feels like doing, so you say something and it means jack shit to her. And like, oh, okay, baby, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, a bitch would try you sometimes. You would say something, she would try to do whatever the fuck you want, but then that's your now it's your time to put that bitch in her place, to check her, you know what I mean? You're like, nah, you're not gonna be doing whatever the fuck you feel like doing with me. Now this is the thing that a lot of beta males don't do, because they're so scared of losing her. You have to be in abundant mindset to do all this shit, because you have to walk away. Sometimes you have to, because she won't take your shit, because she sees you as a beta male provider, and now You know what I mean. You gotta leave sometimes. But that's why you need abundant mindset. Which I talked about this on the episode of on why purpose is important. See, all this shit goes back to that very episode. You know, why you need an abundant mindset, why you have to be on your purpose, you have to look good and all this shit. Because all this other shit happens. When you're not in shape, you don't look attractive. She doesn't have that lust for you, right? She doesn't have that skin to skin lust type of shit, you know what I mean? Because you're out of shape and then you act like a bitch, man. She doesn't respect you as a person, as a man, right? That's the thing though. You have to be like that. You can't let her do that. And if you do, man, if you're a beta male, she doesn't want to have sex with you. She doesn't, she won't have an orgasm. She will tell you she did, but she faked it. You know what I mean? She'll potentially cheat on you with the alpha male. Cause see, a female wants to have sex with the alpha male, wants to feel pleasure. You know what I mean? And because you're a bitch maid, she doesn't, you know what I mean? She doesn't feel that satisfaction with you. And I'm not saying all females will, but cheat, like, right? Because there's always some guy that says, "Oh, no, females cheat," and I believe that because I've seen many females that haven't cheated, but then again, their husbands or whatever the fuck haven't been beta. You know what I mean? But then again, I don't fucking know everything. But but yeah, you know what I mean. So it's kind of like you gotta be in shape. You gotta be the guy that every female, when you're walking with her down in the mall or down the street or anywhere, females are looking at you. You know what I mean? Like you're that sexually attractive guy. I'm not telling you to look like Brad Pitt, but you look good. You know what I mean? You have to be the guy that looks good, gets other females' attention. You know what I mean? Because females love that, and I said that in that episode about purpose. I said why they love that. Pretty sure I did. But yeah. Like I said, though, if you're a beta male provider, she doesn't want to have sex with you because she uses you for your resource, not for your lust or, you as a male. She sees you as the provider, not the lover. So she'll have sex with you every once in a while, and when she does, you'll come, and she'll just be turn her back to you and just go to sleep or do her own thing. You know what I mean? Now when she is not, really into you and she sees you as alpha and all this shit, she how you call it? She wants to go for more rounds. She wants to do this. She wants to do that. She wants to go for longer. She wants to do it longer. You know what I mean? She can't get enough of you. But then, when she sees you being a provider, she just doing it just because she has to. She's your wife, and does it with that. But she doesn't have the desire that that passion to want to do it with you. She just does it because she kind of has to. She feels like she has to. It's like a chore to her. It's another thing about it, she gives you chore sex. She gives you, if you're in a relationship right now and she tells you, oh, clean the dishes and I'll give you a blowjob, or clean the dishes and I'll have sex with you. You know what I mean? That's beta provider shit. You know what I mean? Like an alpha male, she doesn't have to fucking say that shit. He just takes it. I'm not saying to rape anyone. Don't misunderstand what I'm saying. But you know what I mean? She already has a lust for him, so she just gives it up. She does it. She doesn't fucking tell him, oh, do this and this and that for it. You know what I mean? Nah. And she could try to shit test you and try to say that, and you're like, nah, fuck that. But, you know what I mean? If she does say that, then you kind of really know where you're falling. You know what I mean? So, where you're going to end up, where she you kind of see where she's looking at you as, But yeah, she might give you chore sex or, once every while type of sex. Once every month or some shit like that, you know what I mean? Anniversaries or shit like that. But not like a daily thing, not like every 2 days or, you know what I mean? Like, she has that lust for you. Because, these females, they're very horny, you know what I mean? They're very horny. I'm not going to say they're as horny as us, but they're very horny. And they just don't, they just hide it better than we do. But they're very horny, very nasty. So that's why you have to be the alpha, the sexual alpha. You have to fulfill her, fantasies. And if you can't, then, another guy will. You know what I mean? Because she will want to fulfill her fantasies. Her sexual fantasies, right? You know what I mean? You're born, being a bit of a provider, you're boring. You don't cause that, emotional tantrum in her life, you know what I mean? You don't cause that because you're so nice, you're so obedient. Now, when the alpha male, he ain't taking shit from no bitch. So, he's naturally just, he causes that emotional tantrum, right? that you can't, and that keeps her excited. Wondering if what's gonna happen. She gets excited. You know what I mean? She wonders what you're doing. She's excited because she doesn't know what you're doing all day. She doesn't have that full control on you, where you know what I mean, like where she acts like your mom. You know what I mean? So it's like you know what I mean. It's just like that. You know what I mean? She's more excited. She doesn't know what's gonna happen. You cause that emotional tantrum. And a lot of females say, "Oh, a good man does this and this and that," but then again, in their head, you gotta think about this. They need that beta male provider. They need him. But you can be both. You can be the provider and the alpha, but you want to be the alpha first. You want to be the lover first. You can provide for her, but she has to see you as alpha, not beta male provider. Be the alpha male provider. Because she will cheat with you if she sees you're the beta male provider. Because that's what you're there for. You're there to provide for her and her kids. Fuck you. It's that's her mind. Fuck you. You're here for my kids and me. You know what I mean? So this is what being a beta male provider does, and you won't ever be happy because then now that you're listening to my red pill shit, and I'm giving you the red pill. You know what I mean? Some of you guys won't want to listen, and I get it. You know what I mean? The first time I took the red pill, because I also watched a few YouTube videos on this shit too, right? To acknowledge myself, because I want to keep learning more about it, right? I don't know all of it. But once you know shit, it's just, you see life completely different. And all these other females and all these other guys and all this other shit will tell you completely, they will tell you the blue pill shit, you know what I mean? And sometimes I see myself overthinking these situations, but it's like, once you're red pill, you can't change it, you know what I mean? You can't change that. Like, once you're truly red pill, because like, you can try, you can try to go back to blue pill, but just the fact that it won't allow you to, it won't allow you to forget what you know now. You know what I mean? That's why. But, you can forget female nature and all that because, you have a lot of things to think about, or you don't really think about that much. So you can forget about these type of things, but you mainly don't want to, you know what I mean? But, again, you always, once you learn and understand this type of things, you always know them. It never changes. But yeah, a lot of these guys don't take advice from your mom and all this shit, please. Like, I remember my mom; she'd give me advice on dating and shit, and I'm like, nah. I took it at first. The first times I took it, I was at beta male, and I got my heart broken. You know what I mean? And I'll probably make an episode about that in a second, or an episode about myself at least. But yeah, you know what I mean? I took her advice and I got my heart broken. And now she tries to give me advice on what to do with these other females and shit. And it's like, nah, I'm not taking your advice because you're a female. She's my mom and she loves me and I love her with all my heart, you know what I mean? But she's still a female, you know what I mean? She still has that female mentality of, you gotta treat her like a princess. You gotta treat her like a queen. She still has that because she's still a female, you know what I mean? And she's blue pill, But, a female can't be red pill because they can't handle the truth, because these females will lie to you. That's another thing. Even an alpha male, she'll still lie to you. She'll lie to you to survive, especially if you're an alpha male, though. She'll definitely lie to you so you can provide for her and she can survive because she's married to your ego, not you. You know what I mean? But, yeah. It's another thing, though. You can't be... but... Sexually, you won't get her sexually attracted towards you. She won't have a desire for you if you're a beta male provider because she sees you as a beta male provider. She sees you as a provider, not the lover. You know what I mean? She sees you as that, so she will lie to you and fuck the alpha, and you will be there being a provider, and you will get sex once a month, and it'll be shit because she won't have that desire with you. You know what I mean? And it's so much better when you have sex with a female that really wants to. Like, it's really truly into you, then, having it and it's, like, looking kind of dead. Kind of, you know what I mean? Kind of, like, being boring. Like, you're overthinking on what the fuck, like, you know what I mean? Like, you're overthinking, does she like you, all this other shit, then you feel insecure about yourself. It's a lot of this shit, and it's all because she sees you as a bit of a provider, and see how it fucks with your head, because now you're thinking, am I big enough, or am I not good enough, am I this, am I that, and, you know what I mean? And it's like, it fucks with your head. And all because she just sees you as a provider. She doesn't not anything wrong with you. Just she sees you as a provider. You don't make her come. You don't turn her on because your personality. Nah, I'm not saying your personality, but the way you carry yourself. the way you are. You know, you're too nice. You're too compliant. You let her do whatever the fuck she feels like doing. You know, you don't give her consequences. You don't, cause that emotional tantrum. You don't get her, sexually attracted. You don't, she doesn't have the desire for you, and that's, and it's your fault because you're being a provider, but you don't know. You know what I mean? You're clueless on what the fuck you're doing. That's why you don't know why she's always mad, why she's doing this. And sometimes she's just mad at you because her alpha couldn't give her dick. That's just facts. Or, you know what I mean? Or why she tests you, or why she, she threatens to leave you. And it's because she wants to see where you stand with her. If you don't give a fuck, then she can't use it against you because you don't give a fuck. So now she can manipulate you that way. But now if you care, if you cry, you know what I mean? Because she's leaving, she wants to leave you, and you're being more compliant to what she says, and then, you're fucking up because now she sees you as a bit of a provider, now she sees you as a bitch man. And that's when she starts cuckolding you, man. And once you go into cuckoldry, bro, you can't leave. And like I said that about my shit test episode. That's the best, like, bitch test right there. You know what I mean? So all this shit adds up together. That's why you gotta watch all my episodes to understand what I'm talking about. But yeah, basically that's basically it, man. It really all comes down to the way you make her feel. You know what I mean? The way you turn her on, the way if you're sexually attracted, you sexually fuck the shit out of her. That's honestly the best way you can be an alpha. So you kind of have to improve your sex game on that one. I can kind of give you a few tips because I kind of know a little bit more of the sex shit because I kind of learned a little bit more. And the more experience, the more, the better you get at it, right? But yeah, I can you just guys send suggestions, send messages, DM them. Yeah, motherfuckers know my Instagram. I know some of you guys don't want to fucking follow it, but go follow it. Go, you can send me messages there. You can send me emails. It's all in the descriptions of my episodes, right? I would definitely though put them here in case of you motherfuckers that listen to me on like Spotify and other shit. You guys can't necessarily see my stuff. My Instagram is. Well, let me check my Instagram real quick because I don't fucking even know what my Instagram is. Let me see real quick. Sorry, just looking at the name. Okay, so it's Alpha, lowercase Alpha. What's it called? Oh fuck, I forgot what shit's called. Underspace, or whatever the fuck, I don't know what the fuck it's called. That little fucking like, fuck, I keep forgetting these fucking words. I don't know what shit's called for some reason. Every time I do this fucking thing. Because Alpha is underscore, my bad. There you go, see? So it's Alpha underscore V underscore beta. All lowercase. Alright, that's my Instagram. So go there, follow it. I know I'm kind of slacking a little bit. I haven't really been posting a lot, but I'm gonna be posting a little bit more on more suggestions or more videos or more topics, or what I mean. Once everything gets higher, because it just started. Once everything gets better and more, what's it called? I get more followers. I get more people following, listening to the podcast. Then I'll start doing more like live shit. I'll start letting you guys call me. You guys can be on the podcast with me real quick. Answer a few questions and then do my own thing. I'll definitely let you guys do lives on Alpha on the page. I'll definitely do that type of shit. But yeah, go there, check it out. And if you go on the what's it called? And if you go on the on my Instagram page, you can check the link on the bio, and you can go there, and then you can also get my email, which is if you look at it, let me do it real quick. See, when you tap the thing, it says just listen on Spotify and more platforms, all this other shit. And then if you go right under that, it gives you the descriptions of my show, and then under that I put my email, so then you guys can send me emails as well. You guys can also send voice messages, which right under all that, under where it says Instagram, Alpha V Beta, go follow it. Right under that it says message. You guys just press that, and then how you call it? You guys send a voice message. My bad. And then I will play that on the podcast while I'm recording it. And yeah, you know what I mean. Just do all that shit. And then if you go down, you can get all my episodes from 1 to I think 6, right? But yeah, that's basically it. By the way, sorry guys, I don't really know how to do all this shit yet. The whole editing, I'm kind of still learning. But I'll definitely try to make the shows more interesting. You know, the more sound effects, more all this other stuff, while it gets, you know, while it grows. But yeah, so if you go on this, you can listen to an Encore. Encore, the fuck this shit's called. I think it's called that. Which is where I record it. You know, that's like the main page. Breaker, you can listen to Google Podcasts, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, Spotify, and Copy RSS. I'm gonna try to get it for iTunes, so you guys can listen to iTunes. But you know, but yeah, you guys have all these other platforms. I'm gonna request it right now. Actually, while I talk to you, motherfuckers. There you go. But yeah. You have all these other platforms you guys can listen to the show, and if you go on the thing, you can DM me privately, and I will, you know, it's all gonna be anonymously. I don't judge, so you motherfuckers, you know, don't get shy. Ask any questions. You guys can always just send emails. Sorry, or you guys can always just ask voice messages. You know what I mean? Just send voice messages and then like that. But yeah, if you guys can't send voice messages off of that, I'm gonna need you guys to download Encore, whatever the fuck it's called, and then, you know, go to my page on the app, or, you know, you guys can also do it on the computer, and it says a button when you go to my profile. It says a button, send voice messages. You guys can just do it there, and then I'll gladly answer them. It'll be my pleasure to do it. But yeah, this is the episode for today. But yeah, this is a few reasons why you shouldn't be a Beta provider. Like I said, go follow my Go follow my IG. It's alpha_v beta. Alpha_v_beta, all lowercase, and then go there and you can press on the link in my bio, and you can go read the description of the show. It also says my email there. So you guys can just click on that, send me an email, and I'll answer it. There's a voice message on it, and if you guys can't do it off the link, just download the app Encore and go to my profile, and then send it from there, or just send me a DM on the Alpha V Beta on Instagram, and I'll gladly answer them. Either talk to you in private or answer them on the show. Most likely, I'll do it on the show. But yeah. This was an episode. I think it was the 7th episode. Alpha V Beta. Hope you enjoyed, and, you know, holla back.